Welcome back. And in this training, we're going to be talking about your customer's level of... Welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be talking about your customer's level of awareness. And by that, what I mean is, do your customers know that they have a problem that needs to be fixed? Do they know what the solution is? And if so, what do they think of your solution and how does it compare to your competitors in their mind? So in this training, I'm going to be talking you through the 5 different stages of awareness and how to communicate to your prospects to get them closer to buying your product. So these are the 5 stages of customer awareness. And this idea was introduced by Eugene Schwartz, who is one of the most famous marketers in history, and he's behind some of the most famous campaigns as well. And if you do get a chance, I do recommend you reading his book, Breakthrough Advertising, which goes through this in a lot more detail. So when we're looking at the 5 different stages of awareness, your customers are always going to start off at some stage in the unaware stage. And then eventually they're going to know about the problem that needs to be solved, know about the different options, and then know about the products as well before deciding on your product. So when you start advertising to them, your job is to understand which stage they are at and then move them on to the next. So I'm going to walk through these stages by using the example of a customer who is going to purchase a mobile phone. Okay, so let's start with unaware. Someone who is looking for a mobile phone, no, someone who is in the unaware stage would be thinking, someone who is in the unaware stage would be thinking, life is good. I don't know what a phone is. I don't need a phone because I write letters to everyone and that seems to work for me. When they get to the problem aware stage, they'll be thinking to themselves, okay, all my family and friends now live far away and I'm finding it hard to contact them, and it's hard to get in touch with them when I need them and I can't talk to them. So that's problem aware. And then when they start doing their research, they become a little bit more solution aware. They start to think to themselves, okay, I know that I can contact my friends and family by using a computer, a landline phone, a mobile phone, or I could even go and walk to a payphone if I need something. So they start researching the different options and deciding, which one works best for them. And then after that, they become product aware. And as they become product aware, they start to think, okay, I think I need a mobile phone, but I'm not sure which type of mobile phone is better for me. Should I get the Samsung Galaxy or should I get an Apple iPhone? I don't know. And that's when they start to research the different products. And then when they become most aware, this is where a customer decides, all right, I know I want an Apple iPhone. That's the one for me. I just need to know where is the best place to buy it. And these are the types of customers who are so sure that they want something, and then they get to the stage where they know where they want to buy it from, and then when Apple releases a new iPhone, they start lining up outside the stores at like 5 a.m. in the morning because they are so sure about what they want, and nothing else can change that. So your goal is to get them from unaware all the way to most aware. And when we understand where our customers are at in the awareness scale, we can then come up with a message that connects with them and then takes them to the next level before they decide to buy from us. So I'm going to walk through each of those stages now and then talk about the most effective types of messages during those stages. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work backwards from most aware because that's the easiest stage, and then work backwards towards unaware, which is the hardest stage to market to someone. So most aware. This is for people where they say things like, I know what product I want, I know where I want to buy it, but I haven't bought it yet. These people are sort of on the fence, they're just waiting out, they're just looking for the best time to buy. And at this stage, it's good to offer them things like special offers, limited time offers, discounts, or guarantees. Well, I don't know why it says unaware there, but Guarantees. Okay, so they're just looking for that last minute reassurance just to get them over the line. And they want to know why they should buy it from you rather than someone else. Product aware. So I know the product I need, I just need to find out which brand to purchase. This is where you start to differentiate your brand and your product and start to talk about the unique features that you have and how your unique features will solve their problems and achieve their desires. What you also want to do is negate your competitors as well. So let's just say you offer a coaching service, and if you say that you specialize specifically in their demographic, you say things like, I'm not just any kind of coach, I specialize in young adults. And every other coach doesn't really do that. I'm a specialist. So when you start to negate your competitors and by showing them like why you are unique, that's a good way to communicate to them when they're at product aware stage, because they're looking for the different points of difference and they're looking to make a decision based on that. And then of course discounts and offers can help you as well. Solution aware. I know there are solutions to my problem, but I'm not sure which one is suitable for me. This is where a lot of customers will often be at when you're marketing to them on Facebook or Google. So when you're at this stage, when your customers are at this stage, what you want to do is educate your prospects on your solution, explain how the features of your solution will help them solve their problems and achieve their desires. And then what you're going to do is demonstrate an understanding of the other solutions that are out there in the market and then negate them as well, just like what we talked about in the previous stage. So these two are very, very similar, except when they are solution aware, you're just going to provide a little bit more education. Problem aware. This is where I find a lot of people sit as well. I have a problem I need to solve, but I don't know how to solve it. These people will often not even be aware that there is a solution for their problem. So when your customer is at this stage, the best way to communicate to them is to start off by demonstrating empathy. You show them that you understand what exactly they are going through. You build trust and credibility by explaining what was likely the cause of their problem, and then you educate them on how to solve that problem. And then once you've educated them on how to solve that problem, they will start to trust you because they feel like you understand them, and then you're going to introduce your solution. So I've got here an example of physiotherapists. And if you've ever been to a physiotherapist, what you find is you might go in there and say, look, I've got this really bad back pain, and when I look over my left shoulder, it starts to hurt here. The physio will start to run a few tests and press around, and then they'll say, you know what, I know exactly what you're going through. I see this all the time, and this is what caused that problem. Instantly, when they do that, a lot of their patients will start to trust them that they are an expert because the physio knows exactly what's happening. They see it all the time. They've treated it so many times as well. And then what the physio says next, they'll say things like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it out here. I'm going to massage it like this. And then when you go home, I want you to do these exercises. They're just so sure about themselves because they've treated that problem so many times that patients will just trust them, that they know what they're talking about. And that's what we want. We want to be like that in our marketing as well, so that the customers just feel so comfortable with us that they move on from being problem aware and then they become solution aware. And then they start to look into your service a lot more. Okay? And then the last stage is unaware. This is probably the most hard stage to market because these customers don't know anything about your product, and at the same time, they don't think they need your product. So when your customers are in this stage, the best way to communicate with them is to just connect with them. So the best way to communicate to them is just to connect with them. based on who they are. And a good way to do that is via demographics. So let's just say you offer financial advice for young adults. A lot of the times young adults might think that they don't need financial advice because they're still very young. But you can still offer them things like hacks and secrets for them to minimize their tax, or hacks and secrets for them to improve their personal finances or get out of debt. And that's something that they will want, but they don't think they need, but they'll be interested in it. And when they start to become interested in it by you offering this, content to them, through that, you can then educate them on the problems that they have so they become more aware. And then as they start to become more aware of these problems, they will then start to become problem aware. And then you can start to talk about the problems in more detail because they'll become problem aware. And then you can move them towards becoming product aware and solution aware, and then sell your services to them. So people who are unaware, they need to be educated a lot first, by you connecting with them and then giving them value and then educating them on problems that they may have that they don't realize they have. Okay? So that's basically it for now. Those are the 5 stages of customer awareness. What I want you to do now is to answer the following questions. What stage of awareness is your ideal customer at? And how can you move them onto the next stage? So go through these slides again and start to think about how you can move your customers to the next stage. And once you've done that, just send it to me, and then we'll catch up and we'll go through that strategy in more detail, which we will then put together a marketing message to move them to the next stage. That's it. Talk to you soon.